Techie Army? This is Techie Jess coming at ya with another Q&A. And first of all, guys, I want to thank you for being so awesome and wishing my family luck and saying that your thoughts are with me and all sorts of awesome lovey-dovey that made my heart swell up like you have no idea. If that made any kind of sense. Thank you, guys. That means a lot to me that you guys care about what's going on in my life and how I'm feeling. So first of all, I want to say you guys rock my socks. And also, for those of you guys that don't know, I have my Etsy store is now up and live, and so far I have only sold 3 prints. This is something that, like, I don't know what to do because I ordered 250 prints in correlation with your guys' comments. That's why I ordered so many. And nobody's buying the prints. And I don't know if it's because you guys don't know how to do it, but I did put up a video explaining how to. If you need more help in regards to that, please message me. I will help you to the best of my ability, without a doubt. But the link will be in the description. If you want to go check that out, that would be of great help to me and will help me out a ton, because right now I'm stuck with 250 prints, or well, 247 prints, and I don't know what to do with them. If I have those all for God knows how long, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, and it'll just be a waste of money on my part, because I did pay quite a bit of money to get them printed for you guys. So hopefully some of those sell. Link down below. Thanks, guys. Awesome if you go and buy one. But without further ado, let's get into my Q&A.
What kind of batteries are the best to use for Beats by Dre Studios?
Okay, so this is actually a really good question. So thanks, Spiky14, for asking me this. In terms of batteries, it really depends. Like, I have well, there's AAA and there's AA. Those are the most common batteries. The ones that Apple make are the rechargeable ones are AA, and they freaking rock, guys. Like, this is not me being an Apple fangirl. I actually didn't even purchase them. They were given to me as a gift. So there you go. But they are actually awesome. I have my wireless keyboard here. I've had them in there for about 2 months. Let me see, go into my Bluetooth settings here. The keyboard is at 57% battery. I've had the batteries in there for 2 months. 2 months. I've had the highest end Energizer batteries in there, and they barely last 2 weeks. And these ones are in there, and there's still more than 50% battery left in them. And I just charged them once. So I'm a big fan of the Apple batteries in terms of AA, but the Beats by Dre Studios use AAA. So Apple, get on that and make some AAA batteries. When they do, totally buy them. For 30 bucks, totally worth it. You get 6 batteries. Be awesome if they had AAA batteries. But because they don't, and because I have used multiple other batteries, I have probably spent more money total on rechargeable batteries, packs and all that, than I have on, you know, regular batteries. That's kind of the truth right there. So I would recommend actually finding the cheapest way to get normal batteries, unless you want to, you know, wait until Apple comes out with new ones. But the regular batteries seem to work pretty well. They last quite a while. I use Sunbeam batteries, which is, I don't know if I pronounce that right, Sunbeam. I don't know if you have that in the States or in the UK or wherever you guys are located, but those of you that are Canadians like myself, I get my batteries from Excess Cargo, the same place I got my desk. I get tons of stuff from Excess Cargo because their prices are amazing. They're amazeballs. Definitely check them out. I get my AAA batteries. I get 24 of them. 24, guys, for $4. I think it's, well, no, $5. $4.99. That is ridiculously freaking cheap, especially since they are really high quality batteries. So if you live in Canada, definitely go to your local XS Cargo and check that out and pick up some batteries. And they have them for the AA's too, for 24 of them. So yeah, there you go.
What is your dream device?
My dream device would be to have the power of like a 12-core system with 32 gigs of RAM that has the camera capabilities of a DSLR built in to the computer, that can morph and you can change it however you want. So you could like use it as a camera, you can use it, set it up as an iMac, you can use it as a MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, whatever you want, and then morph it smaller and make it into a phone and still have all the capabilities of that huge device in your phone. I think that would be awesome. Obviously this is my dream device. It's probably not ever going to happen, but that would be so freaking cool. Okay, so I'm going to address these two comments in one here because they're kind of bouncing around the same topic. So $20 for a drawing, this guy here is saying $20 for a drawing is an amazing deal because he buys paintings from his friends that are amazing artists or whatever for 150 plus. And this is true, guys. $20 for a drawing is so cheap. You have no idea how cheap it is in the art world. Like, if somebody came up to me and I really admired their work and they said that they're gonna lowball it at 20 bucks, I'd be like, no, I'm giving you more. That would just be it right there. Not only because I'm in that industry, but because I understand how much time it takes to put together an image. And honestly, it really is insulting when somebody comes up to you, because I have some people contacting me on a regular basis trying to change the pricing on me, haggling with me. No, $20 is cheap. $20 is really, really, really cheap for a custom drawing. I'm sorry, I'm not altering that price. And that is for YouTube. That is a discounted price. So that is how much I charge for partial rights, which partial rights I'll explain to you right now. Partial rights means that you can use that image for yourself. So let's just say you wanted a couple pieces of clothing and you wanted those drawings on there or whatever. That's totally fine because it'll be your clothing. You're the only one benefiting from that drawing. If you want to go put it on Zazzle and made it public and people could buy stuff from your store, that is no longer partial rights. That is called full rights, and that means you have to buy the rights to that image from me so that you can say, this is my image, I can put it on anything I want, I have commercial rights to that image. It's the same with Threadless. Threadless, if you guys don't know, is a t-shirt company. If I submit a drawing into Threadless and it gets printed, they now own that drawing. I can still use it in my portfolio, but they own the rights to that image, and that's why they give you so much money. And for those of you that don't know, a t-shirt design going into Threadless, you get $2,000 if they decide to print your t-shirt. And after that, if they reprint it, so let's just say they run out of a certain size, they have to give you $500 on top of that, because they know how that works. But with YouTube, that's why I'm having a huge problem with. So that person that commented here, bliblab1001, if you're interested in having full rights for an image, definitely contact me and I'll talk to you about pricing. Obviously my prices aren't going to be as steep as that, but they are more expensive than $20 because you are buying out my name as an image. And that is not me trying to be rude. That is not how me being mean or trying to be mean. That's just how my industry works, and you guys need to kind of somewhat understand that. And I know it's very difficult, especially for my younger audience that don't know really what I'm talking about, but that's just how that works. Hopefully you guys understand that, and we are moving on. This is a great idea, and actually I do have 250 prints, so the ones I guess that I sell here, the numbers that will be on them, they'll change, and like the next batch or whatever, it will be 2 number 1 or 2 number 2, whatever. So season 2, season 1 type dealy of those prints. So thanks for that. That's a great suggestion.
Do you like anime or drawing in that style?
Okay. This is something actually I deal with my friends all the freaking time, is if I like anime and if I think anime is an art form. There is very little anime that I like personally. I think that on DeviantArt there's a ton of beautifully drawn anime, and especially with color and with rendering. Holy freaking crap. But I find a lot of anime, or my friends that draw anime, they're just replicating what they see. So they will draw something from Pokemon or something like that. And I don't know, I personally I'm not a big fan of it, of anime drawings. It's just something that I don't like personally. Do I draw in that style? No, not really, ever. I haven't ever. Do I think that it's bad that other people do? No, because if people enjoy it and if people are willing to pay for it, And that's what that particular artist likes doing. Then by all means go for it. Who am I to say what is art and what isn't art? But with my program, they kind of drill into your head that it's not art. Because getting into illustration, if you submit, you have to submit a portfolio. It's not based on grades. So let's just say somebody, or one of you guys, you're graduating high school and you're applying for post-secondary and you're applying for business. They're looking at your grades. They're not looking at your skill. They judge your skill by your grades. So getting into an arts program, it's very difficult. Number one, they open up your portfolio, and I know how this works. They open up your portfolio and they see anime in it. Bye-bye. They just push it off to the side. They don't even want to look at it because they don't want to see that. What they want to see is how you render. They want to see if you can create mass form. That's the hardest part, and it's not going to be perfect by any means because you're just entering in. You don't have that education yet. Mostly you wouldn't have that education under your belt. But they're looking to see that you have the potential to create that. That's what they're looking for. And with anime, you won't get that. It's also with cartooning. They don't like a lot of cartoons. They don't like copying from photos. Oh God, do not freaking... And you know what? I blame this actually on high school education because art programs in high schools now are horrendous. You don't learn anything in a high school program that you need to be in art school. Nothing. Absolutely jack poopy crap. Nothing. So don't think that if you can render a picture well while you're in high school, that's going to get you into a post-secondary program. You need to talk to somebody or go to a portfolio building program or seminar or something like that to help you, because you will not get in with just putting in pictures like that.
What laptop would you recommend for gaming?
Okay, so this is actually a really good question. I don't really game. So this is kind of hard for me in terms of actually knowing gaming. For me, gaming is Zuma and Angry Birds and stuff like that. That's what I play if I play anything at this particular moment in time. But because I don't really have a lot of time to game. But in terms of a gaming computer, this is where you're gonna get on my case. A lot of you are gonna get on my case because any laptop, if I'm recommending a laptop, I can't recommend anything other than a MacBook Pro, a MacBook Air. I wouldn't recommend a MacBook Air for gaming because it doesn't have the processing power in it. But a MacBook Pro, why not game on a MacBook Pro? I don't get it. Why are people having such issues with it? They've got pretty high-end graphics, obviously not as high-end as it could be, but decent enough graphics. You're just gaming on a laptop, you're gaming on a teeny screen. It's not like it's going to be perfect. And I think personally that the MacBook Pros now, especially the 15-inch models, have the power, and it's cheap enough to get RAM now for them to amp up your computer a little bit to play games. Why not? I don't get it. And also, you can run Windows on a Mac. You can dual boot, you can run it in VMware, whatever. If there's restrictions, which I really don't think there's a ton of restrictions anymore because of Steam, why not just run it in VMware or run it in a different boot? I don't know. I don't get it, personally. I personally think that in terms of portable computers, such as a laptop, Macs have the best build out of everything. I haven't seen anything in terms of a Windows-based computer yet that has the same build quality as a MacBook Pro. I have not seen that to date. They do not have the same battery life. They do not have the same structure. They're made of aluminum. I have not, to this date, and I'm probably wrong, there probably are computers made out of metal, but I haven't seen any. Me personally, they're all plastic. So for me, gaming, it's gonna heat up. It's gonna heat up fast. And a plastic computer, plastic and heat, doesn't seem like a good mix to me. But I have seen a couple computers that I have a couple friends that are extreme gamers. They're boasting and raving about the new Razer computer that's coming out that is meant for gaming, and it is a laptop. So if you're interested in something like that and willing to pay for it, definitely check that out. Other than that, I would have to recommend a MacBook Pro and doing what you want with it in terms of programming and whatever, and what OS you're running and what your preference is. But I think build-wise, laptop it would have to be a Mac. In terms of a desktop, you can build a killer gaming computer from just normal PC parts. Killer computer for way less than what a Mac would be. I have my cousin, he puts together computers as his living, and he had a client that bought like a 12 core or whatever MacBook Pro that cost him like $6,000, and it just blew. He didn't even need that power, and it just died on him. And he's really regretting it now, and now just built like a $2,000 gaming normal computer, and it's running fine. So it really depends on what you're using it for. I would recommend laptop-wise, Mac all the way. 4 years, yo, 4 years. That was lame. I'm too late for that. Anyway, that about sums up my 12th Q&A. Holy balls. 12 Q&A, guys. Please leave me a comment down below with a question that you would want answered with your little tag thingy in a future Q&A, so I have questions for next week. Didn't get a lot of questions this week. Okay amount, I guess. It wasn't too bad. I've had worse before, and I've had to pull comments from other videos. But please help me out and leave me down a comment down below with a question. Also, definitely check out my Etsy store down below. Please, guys, buy prints. Please buy prints. I'm not going to force you to buy prints, obviously. If you guys don't want to print, you don't want to print. I'm not going to force you to do that, but it would really help me out, help my financial situation out, so I can do giveaways for you guys. I want to give you stuff, but right now I can't. I was hoping I was going to sell like 10 prints this week so I can give away a pair of headphones to you guys, but I can't at this point. I haven't sold enough prints. So, without further ado, guys, happy holidays. I hope you have a great holiday and relax and just chill. I know I am before I have to go back to school again. Holy crap, that's going to be stressful just in itself. But anyway, until next time, guys, Toodles.